Good afternoon, everyone. It's good to know you all are alive and watching this. I'm going to just tell you about the dream God gave me last night. Last night, I dreamt that my husband was driving. Well, we were in an amusement park. My husband, my daughter, who's an adult, and my son, who's 11. We were in an amusement park, and we were about to go through this garden area. So I was giving him directions. We were in a buggy, and we were going to take the buggy because it's quicker so we didn't have to walk. And so I was going to give him directions to get through to the end of the garden. And as we were on our way to the garden, we saw all these people running, and they were running, but they were dressed like people in the Bible days. And there was a character. So, like if you on a ride, like a Batman ride or something like that, at Great America, they have the whole character like next to the ride, except for in the dream, I couldn't see what character it was, but the character had come to life. And so all these people were running and they were dressed like in the Bible days. But me and my family, we weren't dressed like we were in the Bible days. And so when we saw they were running, we were like, oh, we need to leave. So all of a sudden I was holding a baby who was like a 1.5-year old or something like that. My husband was like, give him the baby because he's stronger than me, so he could carry the baby and get. So him and Jade, my daughter, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go get Jordan because somehow my son was no longer with us. So I went to get Jordan while they left for safety. And so we were walking at that point. We were no longer in this buggy. It's like it skipped from us being in the car to us walking. And so all these people were running, whatever. They were afraid of this character. So I went to get my son. And when it skipped, then the dream skipped again. And I was actually in my son's bedroom. And he was knocked out asleep. And so while he was asleep, he had some blue and black shoes on him. And I woke him up because he wears glasses. I was like, you got to get your glasses. You got to get your shoes. And he's like, I left my shoes in the closet. So I went and looked at his closet. I was like, I don't see any shoes. He must be sleeping, not realize that his shoes are on top of him. And so I got the shoes there on top of him, and I kind of woke him up enough so he could walk with me. And then we ended up in my church. And in the church, we ended up in the mother's board room, which is the room where the older women, like 70-year-old, they gather. That's their room in this church. So, and we were getting our stuff and everything. We were getting ready. I got his glasses on. I got his shoes on, put him some pants on. And just the necessities, I grabbed 2 water bottles because I said my husband and Jay might be thirsty. And I grabbed a baby bag because I was like, the baby might need something. And so I looked out the room and I was like, is the thing out there? And I saw a shadow. I was like, we have time. So I told my son, come on. So we went to the door of the church to be let out. The gates were up, but Sister Lily, she opened the gate. She said, oh, they can leave. And she let us out the church. And then I woke up. Okay, so the last time I had a dream similar to this, where it was a big being like that, fighting with another being, that dream represented what happened recently or what's still happening now, which is COVID. And in that dream, people were also dressed like the Bible days. And so to me, this represents another plague is coming or something like a plague, but something in Revelations. And so I believe that it's going to come after they find a cure for COVID. But I'm still asking God for revelation. But I definitely believe something else is coming. Something else is coming. So just pray that God will give us direction on what to do to be prepared for whatever comes our way. Be blessed.